season, and it is time for Philadelphia, just the 10th game that they have Tyrese.
I think it was the color scheme he liked.
Right into it and nails to Brooklyn. D'Angelo, brought to you by Hyundai.
If you didn't know D'Angelo Russell was going to shoot the first shot, then you don't know D'Angelo Russell.
I mean, especially tonight with no Simmons, no Cam Johnson, no Cam Thomas. I mean, you would think you're going to get a lot of D'Angelo Russell in the offensive end. Here's Keon Johnson shoveling it back. Williams, he nails a 3% from 3 on the season, but no hesitation in his release, something that Jordi Fernandez has preached all year.
Well, you can build confidence with that type of confidence that your coach is giving you, saying, hey, I don't care about your percentages. I want you to learn who you are, what you're capable of doing. I love seeing Zaire Williams come out and just knock it down right away. Right,
maybe you've been this kind of three-point shooter, but if you're empowered and you have the looks, could you get better?
Well, and at the end of the day, everyone in the NBA gets empowered. As you see, those easy bucks, I think that's going to help Claxton. And we know whenever you feed the big man, defensively, they start picking up their game.
Maxey can't finish it. Good contest there from Williams. An 8-0 start for the Nets. Here's Russell. Off to Williams, another 3. You bet! Nets 4 for 4. Russell made 3 and 2 assists. Williams 2 threes as George.
So much talk about the big 3 from the 76ers. When they are healthy, which is a big win in if. They, in my opinion, are a top 5 team in this league. But they didn't have all 3 of them for the first third of the season.
Russell, not that time. Well, and even now, Jared McCain, who was an incredibly impressive rookie as Claxton and Embiid get into it. He's out indefinitely. Martin's 3, who's a key rotation piece for Philadelphia. As Russell turns it over, Embiid off the steal. Shovels it to Martin. Martin veering to the rim, spins him, but saying he's just been so dinged up all season, wise and health-wise. In that last game, he got a little nicked up as well. Obviously still able to give it a go today, but that's been a season-long issue for Caleb Martin.
Can I tell you something, Ryan? When you get to this, I'm dinged up still from when I was playing.
That about you for a while.
Yeah, it's more mentally and emotionally than anything. I miss you, and this is one of the things that I like. He can get 8 to 10 points just by outrunning his opponent, and that is Joel Embiid. Like here, getting out in front.
And knocked out of bounds. Jordi Fernandez saying he's very pleased with what he's seen from Claxton over the last couple of games after what has been a mostly inconsistent start to the year. As Johnson misses the floater, Johnson wrestles it back and will have a jump. That's a very... And it gets ricocheted into the arms of George. Embiid Lays is able to finish. First bucket of the game for the former MVP. Here's Johnson. Had it knocked away, surrounded, finds Williams. Not that time for Zaire Williams.
And nobody's stealing the ball from Debo once he's got it. No one's trying to get Yabusele once he has that defensive rebound.
He is tough on the glass and has really played well. He can also do this. Off on that 3, Embiid surrounded and able to getting ready to check in for Brooklyn. Back after being shaken up a couple games. Here's Russell. Can't finish. Embiid secures the glass.
And my thing right now, I think Joel Embiid is so worried about that lob from Claxton, which they got early. I think for the most part, you should look for that floater until he commits to you. The guards right now are going downhill, looking for it, and Joel Embiid's just not giving it to him.
Zaire Williams played a big role in the Nets' win against Milwaukee. Maxey bricks the 3. Russell.
He's a quality passer, so him deferring is going to create open shots. Eventually, he'll find his rhythm offensively.
Nets with Williams, Jalen Wilson, Noah Clowney, Russell, and Claxton in the game. Here's Claxton guarding Embiid. Claxton watches Embiid fade and hit.
And that's why it's 11, 300 pounds with that type of agility and athleticism and skill. He shoots a double step back from 17 like it's nothing.
Are you taking an inch away from him?
Everyone says 7 feet. I don't count the hair because they never counted my hair.
Russell. Embiid with a runway, look out. By Golden State was starting stronger, having more intention and purpose early in games. Feels like he has that in this first.
He does, and I think he also feels the lack of resistance. Nets don't have a ton of size to match up with them, and they have speed and quickness with Claxton, but they don't have that big body to bank up. And so he's going to be able to get whatever he wants, and the Nets have to do a job of trying to slow him down.
Here's George kicking, Martin hitting on a 11-0, but it's Philadelphia now leading by 5. Nets started 4 for 4 from the floor. They are 2 for their last 10. Here's Williams kicking it out. Wilson's rainbow 3 is short. Embiid another rebound. The home run pass, the game. After the Nets blitzed out of the gates, 11-0. Kyle Lowry, Reggie Jackson in for the Sixers. Martin,
you're missing that many dynamic scores, especially your one-on-one scores in Cam Thomas, and you're missing Cam Johnson. When you're missing your one-on-one scores, it is a very, very big offensive flow. We're going to run sets, we're going to get multiple passes, and then we're going to figure out what the best shot is from there.
Here's Embiid spinning and finishing. 10 in the first for Embiid. Martin kicks. Wilson dives in. A 5-point Philadelphia lead. Impressive and effective.
And that's the 4th time we've seen a little float. Joel Embiid is going to give you that little floater or push shot.
Embiid can't get the buck.
Comes in is that he has all of the tools. It's just a matter of what I was going to say it. That's the way, that's the pronunciation.
I thought you were
out for the Nets bench if he has a nickname.
Sweet 16. I think he upset a team that you're familiar with.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I knew I didn't like him for a reason. Except he's got Nets uniform, so I love him today.
Martin working around Sharp, the pull-up jumper. That one's off. Rebound on the weak side by George. Embiid spinning, can't drop it in. Sharp trying to corral it. Lowry pats it over to Johnson. And a whistle underneath is going to go against Sharp as he sent Jackson. But thank you, Richard. Yeah, little baby boy. Yeah. Little baby boy on the way, coming June to join his sister Evie, who's 3. Yeah. So literally, we're cooking up something special. Join the hybrid revolution at xclad.com. But thank you, Richard. We are so excited.
We are excited.
Yeah, you're excited. I know, you know, my daughter loves you, so I'm sure my son will as well. In fact, Evie, when I told her today I was going to be working with you, she lit up, and then when I was leaving, she said, Daddy, tell Richard I said hi.
She didn't ask where Ian was?
She didn't ask where Ian was.
Oh, that's a turnover.
Oh, no, it's not. Here's Paul George, bringing it up a little too strong. Clowney had it dribbled off.
Obviously, Oubre is out. They have a group of young, talented players. This Philly team should be tops of the league, not just the conference.
Got to iron it off. Sharp the rebound. And you can see what's possible. They can get healthy and establish some level of connectivity. As Sharp can't hit the 3, and Embiid another rebound. He has 7 in the quarter to go with 12 points. Dick Nurse talked about how their theme has been Embiid trying to get going in the first, as he is offensive work in the second halves of games, and Paul George still trying to figure out where he can pick his spots. That three's around and off. His post-shot celebration.
Yes, he has.
Just a slight difference game in shot clock. Johnson gets fouled by Edwards.
I have no idea.
Martin a three, back ironing off, and that'll do it. Maxey gets fouled by Wilson.
Yes.
Scan the QR code and vote Brooklyn to the Bay for all.
No, I was not bashing baseball. I love baseball. I respect the Knicks. Respect the all. Knicks, excuse me, Nets. Man, I need another cup of coffee. Yankees, yes.
Third time's the charm.
Zone here by Philly.
Nets, after starting hot, have gone cold. Now 3 for 10 from three. Nets started this game 3 for 3 from three. They have missed 7 straight. 14-point Philadelphia lead. It's an extended 33-8 run after the 11-0 start for Brooklyn. Nets haven't scored in over 4 minutes. Wilson can't hit. 8 straight misses from deep. Nets missing a lot of offensive firepower tonight. No Cam Thomas, no Cam Johnson, no Ben Simmons. Here's Maxey wiggling, fading, can't hit. Clowney the rebound. Wilson barrels into Edwards. And
if you're not going to get penetration, this zone can really bother you. Martin, that's that, and you're just swinging across the three-point line. It's going to be tough to get a quality shot.
Here's Edwards, the spin and the finish. Tyrese Martin with a nice move. Osanawoma in for Brooklyn. Martin, Clowney, Wilson, and Beekman. Jackson short on a three, and Clowney scoops up the rebound. Clowney a three. That one is off. The Nets have now missed 9 straight threes.
9 times, huh?
Clowney takes it away from Drummond. Nets with numbers, but a double.
But you don't want the big man dribbling the ball up the floor. You want him to find the receiver and then everyone push.
Maxey trying to shake Beekman. Beekman did a nice job initially, but Maxey scooped. And Embiid rest. Wanted the feed and George going, so wanted them to spend some time on the floor without Maxey, because the Maxey Embiid two-man game, Nick Nurse feels like is pretty much right where it was last year. Martin, no. Wilson, yes.
Look, I know, Jordy, when you're shorthanded, you're going to want to have a bunch of threes. You're going to get volume up, but it's still the quality of shots that you're getting. Are you getting good quality where you're getting penetration in the paint and then kick out threes?
Maxey chucks across court. Drummond in the corner. Oh, my. No.
He's been working on that, though.
Beekman throws it off
this season.
1 for 10.
1 for 10. I think I saw him make the one.
I think you did too. And it really stuck in.
I think it was opening night.
Sharp can't handle it. Nets turn it over for a 7th time. Philadelphia a 10-2 advantage in points off of turnovers. Something the Nets really won the battle of against Milwaukee on Thursday night, as we detailed in the open. Yabusele kicks it out. Gordon hit the three. Drummond drops the rebound. Nets off and pushing. Johnson kicks. Sharp gives it up to Johnson. Johnson's floater and a foul.
Wrist and forearm than it was a block.
Right. Accountability in that system for being in.
If I was a coach and they were incorrect. If I lose a timeout, and my challenge because you fouled.
I would just like, I wonder if any teams are having people on the bench track their players asking for challenges and whether or not they're correct when they ask. Robin gets denied by Sharp. Shot clock at 3. Martin gonna have to do something. Fades and hits.
You talk about Oubre. The role players are there. It's whether or not the superstars will be there and show up.
Johnson explodes. Meanwhile, Caleb Martin, 11 points on 4 of 4 shooting for Philadelphia. Martin nuzzles inside and gets fouled by Judy. Jordy thought that foul happened pre-gathered. And Martin misses both.
Much in taking advantage of this opportunity.
Come this offseason. He's also shot it at almost 40% from 3. Here's Johnson to the corner. Sharp, another attempt. It's good. His 15th of his career.
We just needed our center to come in to finish that streak.
That's right. Nets had missed 10 straight threes. Martin, a jumper, is good. In this game is 5 for 5. From the line, he's just 1 for 3. Nets turn it over for an 8th time. Martin bangs it in.
If you're the Nets, you need them. You need to create points off turnovers. But you also want to avoid them on your end. No, you don't find it as funny as
No,
I do.
I mean, I do. I didn't know if was it the kind of funny you wanted me to just exclaim about? Or put a little punch on? Or just nod my head lightly just for your own
they can't see you nod your head.
Well, I was just doing it for you emotionally. I'll make sure to validate more clearly moving forward.
I need validation constantly.
I've learned that. But, oh, no validation there, Richard.
But they made 2 out of their last 3 threes.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Okay, 67%. We round up here on yes. And a whiff. Free throw attempts per game at 24.
We're in Brooklyn with some of the players, and so it's not the talent, it's if they can stay healthy. Well, in NBA history, those teams traditionally don't stay healthy.
Johnson soars it.
We're talking about getting through the damn regular season. We're not. It's half as grueling as trying to have a deep playoff run against Cavs. That is the most grueling part of your season if you're a Philadelphia 76er or if you're one of those elite teams.
Look, the Nets fans know it well when you think about that run with Harden and KD and Kyle. George, a little separation and the split. Philadelphia shooting 51% from the floor. Just a poor pass there from Claxton right into the lap of George. 9th turnover for Brooklyn. Maxey short. Williams the strong side rebound. Nets have made 7 of their last 10 shots. Here's Russell. Little leaner off from Williams, and
slender big, you gotta use your speed. You are doing the things that are needed. So that's where I talk about this roster construction is elite. It is 10 out of 10 if you talk about the talent that they have. But it's, again, the one big if.
Here's George. Step back 3, short. Martin the rebound. Gordon dumps it inside, and Embiid. Embiid
reviews and stuff, but when your reviews add 20 minutes,
you want to be a little more selective.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. Okay. Williams. And Embiid flags down the rebound. His 9th to go at 17 points. He's 6 for 9 from the floor. Knocked away nicely by Williams. Always bouncy on the defensive end. Williams gets.
So many quality teams, and Team Canada is one of the best. So when you look at his ability to navigate talent, you look at Dylan Brooks, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. All of these guys were playing under Jordy. He knows how to manage that level of talent, and I was so glad to see him get this opportunity with the Brooklyn Nets.
I remember even last year talking about it with you, Richard, when we talked to some other organizations who had interviewed Jordy and been very impressed by him. You singing Jordy's praises, talking about how deserving of an opportunity he would be. as Embiid can't finish. Keon Johnson, and that 11th turnover for Brooklyn. Embiid sets up Martin in this first half.
And Martin does a good job. They haven't called a single play for him. He's doing through the flow of the offense. Guys like Martin are so valuable because, yes, they might not be as consistent as you see the turnover if you 10 to 20.
12 turnovers now for Brooklyn. Here's Maxey. Maxey, low bounce pass, out to George. He got it on a three, largest of the night. And the points off turnover story, the opposite of Thursday night in Milwaukee for the Nets. As a whistle here is going to put the Nets at the line with...
And you get an in-season tonight, 7 for 18. We don't know when the scoring is coming back.
Right. At least the next couple of weeks with a new hamstring strain.
And to be a late game finisher. He is one of those talented players, so that's really the role that he has to get back into.
Another turnover for Brooklyn, they're 13. George shovels, Yabusele. Ever been a part of Ask the Announcer?
I have not. This is my first game with Brooklyn this season and this year.
Right, and I think since you have been a part of our broadcast, we no longer had Ask the Announcers. So I think the last time you were a part of Ask the Announcers was when you were a player. That's not true.
I know.
Claxton up to 8 points. 60-45 Philadelphia. George, mid-range, short.
Again, you look at the way he can defend on both ends of the floor, get his shot off. He's literally a three-level, two-way player. He is the perfect basketball player. There's just one thing, got to keep the big fella healthy.
Johnson
in that left hand off leg. He's been doing a good job of attacking that paint, going right at the big fella.
Looked like Philadelphia was trying to speed into a 2-for-1. Instead, Paul George.
It is a struggle, and there's been so much in the paint and shooting threes.
First half for Paul George. Nick Nurse has talked about them trying to find the moments where George is the focus offensively. Still feeling that process out. Just the 10th game with Maxey, Embiid, and George all playing. Slight difference game in shot clock. Johnson will let it fly. Can't hit. That'll do it for the first half.